Manhattan Project was the project under which United States of America made its nuclear bomb. उस project के अंदर जिसके अंदर उन्होंने nuclear bomb बनाया, it is called the Manhattan Project. Now, some scholars call GDP as the Manhattan Project of economics. GDP in its essence is, it tells you, if you consume what you produce, you don't produce at all. It had this amazing algorithm to it where it produced in its own varieties and its own flavor, and it would suffice all. But then we started mindlessly pursuing GDP. We started measuring growth through the lens of GDP. GDP के चक्कर में ये हुआ that made us realize, because the fundamental equations tell you that if you consume what you produce, you don't produce at all. So now you have to produce for the markets. If you produced in your backyard and you fed on it, you're not producing, you're not contributing to the GDP unless and until you don't produce so much that it goes to the markets. And no one accounts, and GDP doesn't account for the environmental degradation that takes place because of it. It does not account that as a factor into it. Everything else is added and minus. But it doesn't account for the environmental degradation which takes place. For example, I'll give you an example. Wherever Coca-Cola has opened their factories, by the way, it has been centuries now that Coke has not revealed to us what it has as an ingredient in its bottles. Coke अपनी bottles में क्या डालता है वो आज तक एक patented secret है. So you don't know for sure what you are drinking. जब उनको अभी भी पूछा गया, last time the CEO had said that they are planning to keep it a secret for one more millennia. कि हम इसमें क्या डाल रहे हैं. Wherever Coke goes, opens their factories, वहाँ आसपास पानी पहले बहुत साफ होता है. But within a year or so, there are contaminations found in the vicinities. In the water is polluted and everything. The mindless pursuing of GDP has left the environment in shackles. It has degraded it enormously. It does not account that in. It doesn't factor that in. GDP growth, you can have a GDP growth of immense numbers and you can have pollution and deaths and disease all over because of mindless pursuing of that. But GDP would always be higher. Because it is not accounting what else it is doing to the environment and the society. So they call it the Manhattan Project of economics.